Misfit on the.
Yo, what up? It's your boy FKM broadcasting live from where we in, Canoga Park?
Yes, sir. We are live from Room Z, Los Angeles.
Hey, it's a pretty dope studio right here, man.
It's all right, right? It's okay, you know?
Hey, I got a couple words to say about this man right here.
Hey.
So, when we speak of lyrical MCs, I don't think this man is mentioned enough. When we speak of the dopest homies that spit, I don't think this man is mentioned enough. In my life, there's been very few people that I can say that I've been jealous of to where I'd say, damn, I wish I had those bars. I wish I had that style. And this man is one of those people. He might not be the flashiest person, wearing all kinds of chains, jewelry, fancy cars, but he sure can rap his ass off. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the star of 40 Ounce Fridays, the man Hazerd. What up, my boy?
FKM was cracking, doggy. Hey, homie, thank you for that intro. That was humbling, man.
It was
Thank you
well
very
thought out.
much.
I'm trying to be professional now. And shit,
Homie,
dog.
I love it, dog. Thank you very much. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, bro. Coming from you, somebody that I know takes the craft seriously, and has always kind of respected rap as an art form. That means a lot, man. So thank you very much.
Hey, with that said, I wrote these questions down. Like I said, man, I'm trying to do a mobile. So for everybody out there, man, I'm doing a mobile thing now. We're trying to go different places.
Super
and stuff.
dope. Super dope.
With that said, I'm trying to be more professional now.
Yeah.
So I wrote a couple questions down, and my first question to you was with that introduction. Would you say that because you're from the IE, you don't get probably as much love and praise as you should?
I think so. I always try to focus first and foremost on the people that truly support me.
Yes, sir.
So I'm too busy. I'm gonna be real. I'm very too involved with the people who do rock with me.
Yes, sir.
To care about those who don't. Now, obviously, my management hates when I say that because they're like, "Nah, we gotta get we gotta get you in front of more. You gotta get you in front of more people." And I'm like, "Cool." So let them catch on. The way I look at it is this, bro. Do I think that there could be more noise around what I'm doing? You know, this week we're dropping the 241st installment of 40 Ounce Fridays. You can go through 240 verses and find.
Son of a gun.
And
241?
find, yeah.
That's a lot, dog.
Thank you, Dougie. You could find, quotables in every single week, like hip hop quotables. You know what I'm saying? For those people who used to read The Source, right? The Source quotables. I feel like I got quotables in every single week, and I stand by that. Mm-hmm. So do I feel like there could be more eyes, more attention? Sure. But I think the part of the problem, or I should say part of maybe part of the circumstances surrounding what I do is anytime that you're like a trailblazer in what you're doing, like nobody's done this shit like I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So anytime you're a trailblazer, you're usually a little bit ahead of your time, and like it takes a while for people to catch up.
And then they don't speak about you in praise until after the fact.
Right.
They look back and be like, "Damn, Has did that."
Why do you think I'm still doing this shit, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Like I want. Don't get me wrong. Like I want my flowers. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still what the way I look at it is I can prove it every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So but to try to really give you a proper answer, like I do think being from the Inland Empire, we've always gotten kind of slept on or shitted on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But the way I look at it when it comes to that is, especially now, you got Doggy Style at San Bernardino. You got these kids out of Moreno Valley making crazy noise. You got a dude from right there from your part of town. Evil Knievel.
Oh, Young Evil. Yeah.
Bro,
Shout out
bro,
to Young Evil, man.
I like that kid. Look, man, he just beat. That fool be gang banging, homie.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? But
man, he just got a long time, dog. He got
Did he?
He got, I think he got like 9 years or something like that. That's what they said.
Yo, shouts out to the homie. I've never met him, but I like that. I like that rah shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
man, he's a good dude.
You know what I'm saying?
He's really, really
So
good
shouts
dude.
out to the homie. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a lot of talent. You know what I'm saying? Coming out. You got Hit Boy obviously going crazy with Nas, right? So I think that people are starting to finally understand, like, oh, that area that's like, 30 miles, 40 miles inland, it starts 30, 40 miles inland, like, oh, there's talent out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So to me, I just take it as I don't take it as a slight. I don't take it as an insult. I take it as a challenge to really put on for my section.
That's right. That's
understand
right.
what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, man. Hey, we got to give you a round of applause for that one.
Thank you, man.
Hey, so with that said, man, where does your love for music come from? Like, where did it start? Like, where,
Bro,
where did
I think I was born with it in my blood, doggy. Like,
That's right.
like when I was little, there's a story. Like when I was real little, when I was like 3, 4 years old. I don't know if I've told this story like on a podcast. But when I was like 3 years old, there was like we were at a bautizo or a quince or something. And there was like a grupo or a mariachi performing or something. And I was like standing by the stage. They said that I walked straight to the stage and I was just looking. And then they had like a little guitar on the side of the stage. And I grabbed the guitar. I jumped on the stage and started trying to play.
No shit.
You know what I'm saying? I was like literally, I was like 2, 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
like I've always loved the idea of being a performer. I've always loved music. I've always listened to music differently. Like I would listen to music like, what makes this so amazing? Like, I know I like this song, but why do other people like it? Like, what is it about this song? I was breaking down, like Richie Valens records. I was breaking down Temptation records. And then by the time I was like 5 or 6 years old, I think the first one of the first rap songs I could ever remember hearing, I was probably 4 or 5 years old, and it had come out before that, but I was probably 4 or 5 years old when I heard Boys in the Hood by Eazy. Right?
Oh no shit, yeah.
And I remember hearing Boys in the Hood, and I was like, oh, this is crazy, right? Like, and then I remember the other one was so it's Boys in the Hood by Eazy. In terms of like earliest
like
songs
your earliest memories of music and
music,
shit?
And then songs that like I knew every word to.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
so
sir.
it was Boys in the Hood by Eazy. It was On a Sunday Afternoon by Lighter Shade of Brown.
Oh, for sure, though.
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
Sir. Yes,
it
sir.
was Brass Monkey by the Beastie
Brass
Boys.
Monkey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was Brass Monkey.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Brass Monkey. It was and then it was Walk This Way by Run DMC. And
Man,
then
all classics.
Yeah,
all classics.
bro. Like I love I love rap. You know what I'm saying?
Like hearing you name those, all of those songs have like a good up tempo and a good hype kind of.
Yeah,
thing,
it had me up. Like
yeah,
it made me want to do
could
something.
get a party going. And
You know what I'm
shit.
saying?
Yeah,
It made
yeah.
me want to exactly. So it was that, and then I remember the first album, like the first like album I ever remember listening to like all the way through, and I remember like thinking I was gonna get in trouble, and we did, I guess. But my homeboy stole his brother's girlfriend's Walkman, and then his brother's copy of Doggy Style.
Oh no shit!
On
you
cassette.
know what, man? I haven't heard Walkman in a long time.
Homie,
Like I don't even
it
think
was
a lot of people out there won't even know what that is. The tape or the CD one?
Tape.
Okay.
The
okay.
yellow tape player,
Yeah,
yellow cassette
yeah,
player,
hell
right?
yeah.
Because this is 92, 93.
I used to have a yellow one and it was waterproof. Like you could put it in the pool.
It was
and shit.
so the yellow tape player was like skip proof. It was like the jogging version.
I remember that.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So like I remember the yellow tape player, and my boy brought it to school with Doggy Style, and we sat like in the back of the playground, like we were just sitting there listening, and I was like, 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
And I just remember listening, thinking like, bro, like I'm not supposed to be listening. This is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I knew, cause like the way Snoop was like saying certain words, like I'm like, oh, I hear that shit when my mom's arguing with my dad. You know what I'm saying? so I'm hearing certain words, and I'm like, oh, this shit is crazy. And then like I remember he ended up getting caught for that shit. And
the murder was the case and shit, huh? Yeah.
No. My homie got caught.
Oh, he got caught. That's you're talking about Snoop.
So it ended up being my homeboy, but this fool came to school. This fool's like 12, we're like 6. And this fool like snatched my homie up and then like grabbed me and whooped my ass too.
Oh, wow.
I was like 6 years old, bro, 6, 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to listen to Doggy Style by Snoop. But like I remember like from a very early age listening to music and loving every part of it, like listening to production.
Heck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like listening to the sounds, like
breaking the track down and like
in my head.
This
like,
sounds dope.
I remember that "Are You That Somebody" by Aaliyah, produced by Timberland.
How does it go? Tell me get that somebody. Tell me get that somebody. Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, so I remember it had like this crazy sound in it. It sounded like a rattle or something.
Oh
like,
yeah. Damn, you
Right?
got beatbox.
And then it was that. It was my homie makes
Yeah.
it's funny because my homie always makes fun of me when I do that. But it was that, and then it was that baby sound.
yeah, in the back.
Ting,
Yeah, hell
ting,
yeah.
Right, and I remember thinking like, how did he
Mm.
make that? Like that's crazy, you know what I mean? And I remember
Yeah.
like being like entranced by it, you know, like literally
Yeah.
like being fascinated. And so from an early age, bro, just like the way things sounded was interesting to me.
Do you remember your first? Do you remember like maybe I guess you would call it maybe your first favorite album or the first album that you couldn't like? Remember back in the day, you would rewind the tape or rewind the CD and just try to learn the lyrics. Do you remember your first album you did that with?
Doggy style.
It was Doggy Style.
It was Doggy Style. Like it was, I was fascinated, bro. Like it was, and rewinding that fucking tape so many times. That's how the homie got caught. He had it for like a week, and we were rewinding and rewinding and rewinding, and finally the tape popped. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you remember. Like for those of you who don't know, a cassette tape is a way to store music, whatever the case is. There's a little tape and it had ribbon in it, right?
Yeah.
I gotta explain it.
Yeah,
Right?
I didn't even think about that. You're right. No,
So it had ribbon in
You're
it,
very
and
right.
the ribbon actually held the sound,
vocals in it,
the sound to the music. And what happened is, as the stuff would play, it would go from one side of the reel to the other.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to go back or you wanted to skip a song, you had to rewind or fast forward. So we were rewinding and fast forwarding so much that the ribbon got caught in something.
There was these things
And
called
popped.
the buttons. You push a rewind
Yeah,
button and
you
it,
push
you
the
can see-
rewind button, and we did it so many times over that week that the tape ended up messing up. Like something happened and the ribbon popped out of the tape, and that was how the homie's brother figured. I was trying to figure out how we got caught.
Yeah,
That was how
yeah.
from rewinding it back and forth.
Yeah,
so it'll probably be,
fucking that thing
you know what I'm
up
saying?
hard,
It'll
yeah.
probably be like
Somebody in the comments asked, who was the first Chicano rapper? It says first Chicano rap you listened to, and I'm assuming they mean rapper.
I don't like the term. I'm gonna be honest with you.
We freaking just established it. Oh, you said Lighter Shade of Brown, right?
Lighter Shade of Brown. Yeah. If you're gonna talk about a brown rapper, the first time it would be Lighter Shade of Brown, and then right there around the same time, and obviously he came out way before.
Yeah.
But in terms of my memory, you know, because I'm a little bit younger than that, so
Okay.
But Mentirosa was like right there too.
Oh man, that was a
You know what I'm
big
saying? Mellow
song
Man,
back in
you know
the
what I'm
day.
saying?
Yeah,
I
hell
remember
yeah.
I remember Mentirosa, but I feel like, and I know Mentirosa came out first, but I might have heard on a Sunday afternoon first.
And you know what? I don't even think like people might not understand the magnitude of how big those songs were back then.
They
Like,
were in major rotation.
They were like, what would you consider like what's a big song nowadays? You know,
Well, it's different because like radio's so segmented, like the media is segmented. But I'll say this: I could tell you for a fact because I know, because I remember like how often the shit would get played. Whenever your song's in major rotation on terrestrial radio, your song gets played on the hour every hour.
Yeah,
If you are the hit, you're getting played at the top of the hour. So 12:01, 1:01, whenever they
no
come back from
shit.
commercial break. Yeah, they'll play the
Is
top
that like
of the hour.
like a formula? Or
Kind
something
of,
like
yeah,
that?
kind of,
gotcha.
like from what I've been told, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, Lighter Shade of Brown played on the hour.
Hey,
Every
that
hour.
phrase you used, terrestrial. How do you say?
Yeah,
it?
terrestrial radio.
I heard that a couple of times, but I don't know what that is. What does that mean?
that
Like-
means like AM or FM station.
Oh no shit. Okay.
yeah,
okay,
so like
okay.
like power. Or
Yeah.
Whatever.
like conventional, like old school shit.
Yeah,
right?
terrestrial radio. It's
Yeah,
like
hell yeah.
The radio you hear if you turn the car on and you push AM or FM.
Hey, who would you say are your top 5 rappers of all time?
And I always say that list changes because you
Oh,
could
for
do
sure.
you could do top 5 of the 80s, top 5 of the 90s of all time, right?
For sure. I agree with you.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree
So
with you very much.
it changes, like it morphs. You know, there'll be times where I'm like on a super kick of so and so.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I went back and I just been listening, like, and it's not really a new thing for me, but I mean, like, I've been listening to a lot of Nas lately. I feel like he's one, right? I always say that Biggie and Pac aren't here anymore, and so they get put in their own category. Like they're by themselves. They did so much. They're so legendary. There's so much influence there that you put them alone. Like,
Oh
they're
yeah,
by the- you know what I'm saying?
that's a good way of putting it, man. Because then you could add more rappers
Yeah,
into it.
exactly.
Because you're always gonna say them too, so it's always gonna
Exactly.
They're never gonna be out of your top 5.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Heck
So
yeah.
so then after that, bro, it's like it's crazy because as I get older, it changes. I feel like the person I was just having a conversation today about this, but I feel like Snoop is criminally underrated. right? I think Snoop should be right. I could just do an underrated top 5, and I would say Snoop and E40 are at the top of that list for me.
Okay.
In terms of underrated. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
Because as much of a legend as Snoop is, I feel like he gets glossed over. And then E40, forget it. Considering how much he's contributed to the culture, just like
I
slang.
hope I don't go back to slanging.
You know,
Yeah,
like just, bro. And speaking of,
Snoop is the most famous person in the world, though. I think.
I feel like
dog.
he is, dog.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like Snoop's the most recognizable person, but I
Heck
also
yeah.
feel like he gets slept on when you talk about top 5 MCs. You know what I'm saying? So if we go, well, this is what
But
I
I
said.
think in his later years, I don't think he was MC-ish. But I think in the beginning years, like he took lyrics more seriously, in my opinion.
Right, and what my only like answer to that is when you look at Snoop do interviews, if they ask him to freestyle, this motherfucker freestyles on the spot,
yeah.
off the head.
Yeah.
You can
Not-
tell.
no-
you can
not no
listen.
written shit,
Not no
not
written.
nothing that was
and
ready,
it's entertaining, bro, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's got to be right there. But like for me, I would say this is what I'll do. I'll do my top 5 that influenced me that made me want to rap.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
All right.
I
So-
like that, man. Oh shit, we already got a caller for you, dog.
Really?
509, talk to us, man. Hello. Oh, I guess they hung up, man. It was from Washington.
These
Go
things
ahead, man.
happen.
Let me turn that down so they don't.
You good? You good? All right. So basically, I would say the top 5 people that I was listening to when I wanted to start rapping would be DMX, Eminem, Exhibit,
DMX, Eminem, Exhibit. I
Right.
like that, dog. I
DMX,
like this.
Eminem,
I like this list.
Exhibit, Nas, and man,
Drum roll. Who
trying to-
do we got?
I'm trying to think. You know who it was? You know who it was for me? Actually, it's funny because I had to see him live, and I realized I knew every lyric to every word, and I was listening to him at that time, and I never realized how much of an influence he was for me. And then I seen him live. I knew every lyric. Fucking Warren G.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, like
I
Warren
thought you were
G.
going to say Ice Cube for some reason.
No, it
dog.
was Warren G for me, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
This
Warren
DJ
be
be
Warren G. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That one, you had that. You had I Want It All. Money, fast cars, diamond rings, gold chains, and champagne.
Each
Listen,
and
every damn thing. I want it all.
Has, man, you got a good list, dog. I haven't heard a list like
You know
that,
what I'm
man.
saying?
You have a good list,
Because I could tell you like best from the 80s. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, for sure,
Best from the
for sure.
90s, best from the mid 2000s. Like, so like I don't know, like, and if somebody asks me my top 5 fucking 3 weeks from now, I might have another list.
You know what, Has? I on the way over here, I was debating, like, I was like, I wonder what he's going to say. I was thinking that you were going to come out with a bunch of East Coast stuff,
Yeah,
but then I was like, but he's West Coast.
sure.
So I was kind of confused, and your
Right.
list, like, makes sense, you know? Like, DMX, Eminem to me is like midway East
Yeah.
Coast West. Then you said Exhibit, you know, like you
Yeah.
got like some shit in there,
Yeah.
dog. Like you got some.
And
good
then
shit
and
in
then
there.
I also gotta say, because I think I said Nas and Warren G, right? But I'm gonna keep it a buck. The other person who I listen to a lot, and I feel like this fool, you want to talk about slept on, I feel like he never gets the credit he deserves. Shouts out to Luda.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That was a
yeah.
big one for me,
Hey,
bro.
he had a good run, huh?
Homie, well,
Ludacris had
for
a
me,
very,
it was
very
the-
good run.
It was
dog.
the punchlines. You know what I'm saying? It was the punchlines. So like I gotta also give Ludacris a lot of credit. I could go on, man. I love music when it comes down to it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know.
All right, man. So everybody's saying what's up to you, man. They want to give you your props and shit in the comments over here.
Much appreciated.
So as far as that, do you have a favorite album of all time? Would it be the Doggy Style? Or that's just the one that you first heard and
Right.
influenced you, but what would it be your favorite album of all time? I know that's hard, dog. I know that's hard.
Yeah, bro. That it is for me. And I
I
would say,
think I'm gonna tell you mine to give
Okay.
you a little bit of time to think.
okay.
Mine, I think the most perfect album that was ever created and ever done,
Yeah.
that is the dopest album of all time, is Get Rich or Die Trying, because I think you could play it from top to bottom, front to back, everything. It has every single thing that you need. I think it's the greatest album of all time, in my opinion. He's not my favorite rapper of all time, but I
Right.
just think that body of work. When I went to prison, my family could only afford to give me 2 CDs.
And that was one of them.
And it was Get Rich or Die Trying and Blueprint. And by far Get Rich or Die Trying. Because I thought, what can I listen? Like, I get tired of All Eyes on Me sometimes, you know?
Sure.
And I say, Get Rich or Die Trying. I can never get tired of it.
I think Get Rich might it might be up there for me. It might.
Think about
might
it.
be
It has
it.
everything, dog.
It might be it.
has
No.
everything.
And I didn't mention 50, but he's fuck a rapper. That's an influence for me. Like, I'm not gonna front. Like, the way that person has conducted himself in business, the whole nine. Like, what else do you want from the guy?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, when it comes to business, it's stupid. It's not fair.
That's
playing,
like an all-around influence.
that fool's playing
Yeah,
3D chess, homie, and fools are playing Yahtzee. You know what I'm saying? Like, this fool's wild.
Yes, sir. Yes, yeah.
So that much respect to him, but I would have to, man. I don't even. It feels almost wrong, but I'm gonna agree with you.
Somebody says all eyes on me in here.
Okay, so what I always say about All Eyes on Me, I feel like I didn't understand that album till I went to prison. I remember sitting in the joint, bro, with All Eyes on Me, and he was talking directly to me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he was talking directly to me. And I got like a little top 3 of when I was in prison. It was All Eyes on Me. It was Jizza, Liquid Swords. And it was Dub C, the Ghetto Heisman.
Oh no shit, man, that's a good list.
Yeah, right, bro. Those were when I was in the joint. Those were my albums right there.
See, my only thing with All Eyes on Me is like sometimes like I'm not in the mood for we gotta go, like it's checkout time, or baby let me give you a call. Like sometimes I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean?
So we gotta go. It's funny. I remember I was in let me see, where was I? I was in a hole in AdSec. They were transferring us, and I was in a hole in, I want to say Chucky's house. So we were there like overnight in AdSec while they were transferring us, and we were coming back from out of state, and then we went to Centinela. I think I have that right. And so we're in a hole right there, and I remember they were transferring a bunch of fools from the hole there somewhere, and I'll never forget. Them fools were like singing checkout time, right?
Really?
Yeah, they were like, "We got."
It's a dope song.
Like
It's
they were
a
getting
dope
ready,
song.
like
Yeah,
they're all
yeah.
excited because these, the homies they've been in the back for like forever, right? So they're like all excited and shit, and they're just like, "It's checkout time. We gotta go."
Yeah.
So that song always is like special. I'll never forget.
Sometimes they're just
that
like,
night.
it's sometimes I don't want to hear it, man. So one of my questions is actually a prison question. So you're talking about prison. You've been incarcerated. What would you say was the worst thing about prison, man?
I think the worst thing, bro, is I learned way later. I didn't realize what the worst thing about prison was until I wasn't in there no more. I realized that I'm very much so I'm extremely good like on my own. I'm a very independent person. And like, you know this, bro, like it ain't no real such thing as independence in prison.
Yeah.
Between the homies and the guards, like you got somebody telling you what to do no matter what, right?
Yeah.
You no matter what, homie, like you got somebody telling you to be somewhere at some point, right? So it's like I realized like when I came home, because I started doing time right at 18. And then
you were like in and out kind of thing. And...
So when I was 18, I did like I got arrested a gang of times, and then I sat down for like 9 months.
Wait, I don't think I ever seen Hazerd without the glasses, dog. He took his superpowers off. Just like...
Nah, so I trip out. So I think I did in and out, and I did 9 months in the county, and then I got out, and then I was still fucking up, and then I was on bail and probation at the same time. That's the most stressful shit.
Oh yeah, you were super fucking up there.
Homie, I was on bail and probation, dog. And so I always say I had the worst mix of like really kind of good luck and terrible decision making. You know what I'm saying? I would like make the worst decisions, and then I would kind of luck out, and so like that's how I ended up on probation and bail at the same time. Because most people, you get a probation hold.
Yeah.
But what it was I was on probation out of San Bernardino County for the 9 months that I did, and then I caught a case in LA County.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when I caught the case in LA County, I bailed out, and then I went and I used this police contact. So that happened on a Friday night, and then I went Monday morning, and I like reported like, look, I got arrested or whatever, and then she was like, well, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, she was like, what are your charges? And I was like, assault with a deadly weapon, you know, great bodily injury. And she was just like,
she's like, you're on your own. And shit. I don't
she
want
was
nothing
just
to do
like,
with that.
this is what she told me. She was just like, if you sign any kind of deal, I'm gonna violate you and send you to prison.
No shit.
Like,
so you had to fight it, huh?
but she was like, she goes, but if you want to fight it, are you gonna fight it? And I was like, yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, all right, well, I'll let you fight it.
It wasn't me.
Homie, I spent like 4 or 5, the most miserable 4 or 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even realize it, but I was like, I was out, but I wasn't out.
Yeah.
I had to report to my bondsman. I had to report to my PO. I had to report to court. It was
Dang,
yeah, bro.
yeah.
Literally, and then motherfuckers is like, well, why don't you have a job? I'm like, fool, I gotta call out 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
You're making it difficult and shit.
right. So, but I would say definitely the thing that I hated the most about being incarcerated, being on paper, being on paperwork, you know what I'm saying, being on parole, probation, being on bail. The worst thing is that to anybody out there that likes, making their own choices and not having to answer to nobody. The people that like cherish, they would rather be like peaceful and single than in a relationship and have any kind of nonsense. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jail's not for you. Like if
Yeah.
you have any kind of like independent thought and you're like really just your own person, you're better left alone. Jail's not for you.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was so stupid. I didn't know what I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time I was like, yeah, this shit's kind of whack, but it's whatever. Like it's easy. That's being locked up is like fuck it, like But it was like when I came home, like, you got to think I was 24 going on 25. I never had a bank account. I didn't know how to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to pay bills. I never had a job. You understand what I'm saying? Like before I started like lifting weights, right? My hands used to be completely super smooth, right? No calluses, nothing.
What do they call them? Dishwasher hands and
Homie,
shit? Yeah,
trip
yeah.
out. I used to like, you be in a dope spot or whatever the case is. Talking like ratchets. And I remember like Heiners would be touching my hands and be like, oh my God, your hands are so soft. I used to take pride. I used to be like, hell yeah, bitch, I never worked a day in my life. Like I used to say that. Like I thought that was some cold shit. You know what I mean? I thought I was a pimp or something, And
I'm a hustler,
You know what I'm saying? Like I never worked a day in my life. Like fuck, got me fucked up, And so like, I really thought, you know what I'm saying, like that was some cool shit. And I didn't know how to. I came home. I didn't know how to work a job. I didn't have my license. I didn't know how to drive.
Oh shit.
I'm 24 going on 25. Like I mean, I had driven, but I didn't know how to drive.
Yeah.
So I had like none of that like basic ass knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So that would be what I would say. You know what I'm saying? That was the shittiest part about being locked up.
Yeah, they said back then Hazard was sponsored by Chico's Bail Bond.
Fucking what was it? Aladdin? You remember Aladdin?
Yeah,
Bail Bond
Aladdin's Bail Bond.
Remember that shit?
Yeah. So with that said,
Yeah.
I know it's kind of hard to be like, hey, there was anything good about jail or prison or whatever,
Sure.
but if there was something that you could pick out, just anything, what would you say would be like the best thing about it,
Oh, I became a man, bro. Like, well, everybody was like going to, like, I always say, where everybody went to frat parties or whatever the case was. I learned that like my word meant something. I better fucking stand on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I learned that if I said something, then that's what the fuck I meant.
Heck yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
sir.
I learned at a very, very early age that there's consequences to your actions, there's consequences to other men's actions.
Yes, sir.
You got especially like being expressive, being a rapper, being creative, right? This was a hard lesson for me, but remember the OG told me, like, look, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth because you should be listening twice as much as the fuck you talk. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'll never forget that.
That's some good game right there.
You understand what I'm
That's a good
saying? He was
game.
just
Heck
like,
yeah.
close your mouth and start listening, fool. Like, he told me, and like, because I was running around, I was hard-headed. I was hard-headed, but a homie wasn't a punk, so it was like, I'm running my head against the wall.
Yeah.
The wall's going to win eventually, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I would say the good thing was that I learned accountability, responsibility. You know what I'm saying? However convoluted it might have been, because, the homies would be like, you got to be responsible. You got to be accountable. But then, like, you'll see some wild shit. And you're like, well, the hell you mean? You know what I'm saying? But
go over there and shoot up and shit.
Yeah, but at the same time, like in all seriousness, that's what I could say it taught me. You know what I mean? It's definitely accountability, responsibility, respectability, understanding that you got to answer for every single thing that comes out your mouth.
Would you also say that it teaches you morals and respect in the fullest fashion? Because like you just said right now, you're responsible for anything that comes out of your mouth.
Right.
You got to answer for whatever comes out of your mouth. Would you say that it teaches you good morals being in there?
So yes, but what I've learned too is it's mostly a lot of like superficial courtesy sometimes. The one thing that I've always tried to explain to homies that come home and kind of have a hard time adjusting, I've always tried to explain to them, look, you come from a courteous place. You think you come from a super respectful place, but if you think about it, a lot of the stuff that we say in there is not fit for like polite consumption. So for instance, if I remember when I first came home and I did it like on purpose, like I did it on accident a couple times when I first came home, and I was like, oh, I can't say that. So it was like,
My bad. That was an accident.
sounded dope. But I'll never forget the first time I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the shitter. Bro, if you tell a polite person in society today, right, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go to the shitter or I'm gonna go to the pisser. They're gonna look at you and be like, huh? Like they're gonna look at you like you got three heads, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Yes,
right.
yes.
So in a certain way, sure, there is a lot of respect, but you got to come home and you got to learn that like it's kind of apples and oranges. And what I mean by that is just like there's just certain ways of our expressiveness in there that are considered offensive here. You know what I mean? Because there's just a lot of words that we use in certain ways that we speak that are intimidating and off-putting here. So I actually it's funny because I thought I had it figured out when I came home. I got it. All right, I got it. You know,
Well,
it's all about respect.
I kind of think like this though.
But then you come, remember,
like you won't reach over somebody like when you're eating at the table.
Yeah,
like you're not gonna reach over to get the salt anymore. Or you're not gonna reach over to get something anymore.
So what did I say? Courtesy.
Yeah,
that's a very courteous thing.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
absolutely. Yeah, you would never do that. You got table manners, sure. Right? But like, there's a ton of shit that we say in there that if you're gonna get written up by HR the first time you say it out here.
I need an example. I
just gave you the simple one.
The shitter one?
I'm the shitter one.
Yeah.
I remember like coming home and being like, oh yeah, I can't fucking really say that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I can't really, you know. And then also you got to think too, like, ultimately, what happens in there, like if that respect isn't given, you're gonna meet that with violence. So you got to come home and you got to learn, like, okay, cool. So I know how to quote unquote be respectful. But the first time that somebody does something that I don't like, I can't just bust him in his mouth. You got to learn corporate speak. That would be okay. That's the best way I could put it. So yes, I think that you do learn how to like kind of navigate the corporate world if you could learn the corporate speak side of it. So instead of like being like, well, if it's that way, then we could just handle this real quick. Like, you can't say that. You're getting fired the first time you say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's really an issue, homie, then we can go ahead and take care of it real quick and take what we got coming after.
Yeah.
What you got coming is they're gonna pack your shit up and fire you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I do think that there are applying principles for sure. What I had to learn was how they applied. That was the hard part for me at first. Like my first few months home, I had to learn, like, okay, I got the right idea, but you got to massage it a little bit.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like specifically in a day job setting.
You know what I took? Like I took away like in life.
Yeah.
Right? Because what you said, like, we're going to get down over here and take what we got coming, right?
Right.
So in life, I learned if it ain't that serious, some things you just gotta let go, you know?
Yeah.
Because in there, if you're fighting and arguing over some dumb shit and you guys get into an argument over a piece of paper or anything, then you guys are both gonna have to go to the back and you guys are both gonna have to do a pegado or take a check-in or something, you know what I mean? So I learned, like, out here, like, if it ain't that serious, just let it go. You know, and it helped me a lot. I think being incarcerated helped me a ton, bro.
I mean, because what I always say is, you know, I've been blessed enough to be able to talk to these kids, right? And what I try to tell them,
like, mentoring.
Yeah, like I've been. But shout out to the homie, Big Cavi. He is a principal. He's the principal at my boy Scott. He's the principal at Nogales in the SGV.
Okay.
Before that, he was at a junior high. He had me speak to the kids at the junior high. He's now at Nogales. I'm gonna be speaking at Nogales High in December. The gentleman is a class act, and he's a hip hop head and grew up on hip hop. Real cool. That being said, what I told the kids was, look, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. You're gonna mind somebody. Now, right now, you guys are kids.
Yeah.
So you got two choices. You can mind your parents, or you can go mind the staff at the halls, right? If you want to keep pushing, nobody can tell you nothing, and your mom's stupid and your dad's stupid, and then you're going to mind the police. And then, and then you're going to mind the sheriff deputies, and you're going to mind the COs.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, you're going to eventually mind somebody.
Yes, sir.
Right? And so I agree with you. Like, I definitely think that there's huge value if you know what you're looking for and know how to pull from it. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to be like, okay, I'm going to use this and become better for it, sure. 1,000%.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But that's specifically what I tell the kids all the time. Like, yeah, no matter what, you might be the biggest, baddest, buffest, roughest, toughest. You might have the quickest hands. You might be the funniest. You might have always the perfect thing to say.
Yeah.
You're gonna come to a day where you mind somebody.
Yep. Heck
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I always try
That's it.
to,
I teach my son that too, dog.
you know, I always tell them like, look, it could be your parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or it could be some stranger. Look, you at least you know your parents care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, your parents really do want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 90-some% of the time.
I
Obviously,
tell
you
my
got
son,
some, you know?
I tell my son, hey, watch your fucking mouth and watch how you act, watch what you say. And then my wife was like, why you get like so mad? I say because I'm his dad.
Right.
If he acts like that outside of the house and says it, somebody's gonna pop that motherfucker because he has a
Right.
smart ass mouth. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's a good kid, but he has a smart mouth.
Right.
And I told him, you didn't where I grew up, where I came from.
Right.
Cause we live in Asperia, dog. A real nice fucking neighborhood, you know. You
Well, you
leave your
did
car,
good.
you leave your car door open. They're gonna
Yeah.
come and knock on your door like, your car door's open. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna take your shit.
Hey,
Really,
neighbor.
You know? And so I tell him like, you know, the way you talk to people.
Yeah.
Like if you talk like that where I grew up, it's like somebody's gonna pop you in the fucking mouth. You know. So I try to teach him like, hey, I know where you grew up is different, but out there in the the real world beyond Hesperia, it's a little different, man. You know?
Sure. I mean, and that's always the push pull, right? Like when you have kids, you're like, how much of my childhood do I never want them to experience, and then how much do I not want to like coddle them? You know what I mean? 'Cause then I'm
Yeah.
raising a handicapped kid, basically. You know what I mean? I'm tying one hand behind their back, and I'm telling them, all right, go out there and I'll be somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So no, I agree with you. That's a tough one for sure.
So with that said,
yep.
we're talking about how people were raised or anything, everything like that. How did we get to the Hazard that we know today? Was it life experiences, or are there any specific events that happened to you that made you who you are today that you can talk about?
Yeah, you know, by now 14 some million people have seen it, but you know, born in Montebello, moved to Ontario after, right?
Yeah.
My whole family's from like the east side of Los Angeles, you know, in the Maravilla section.
Okay,
And,
okay.
when I was 5, we moved to Ontario. That was where I grew up.
Uh-huh.
I think maybe like, I don't know, it had to be like a month or two after I moved there. There was a house up the street from me. The mom left to Mexico, left the house to her kids. It became the hood spot like quick.
Oh, no shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember like the house got lit up. It was within it might have been a week.
No shit.
It was like right away. Like we moved there, house got lit up. You know what I'm
I
saying?
bet you your parents were like, why the fuck did we move here?
And I kid you not. That was like
A lot of times people move over there to get away from that.
thinking, that's what they were thinking, you know?
Yeah.
And I was at school age, and they're like, he's starting to go to school now. Because I went to kindergarten in Montebello for like a month or two.
Yeah, because you said you moved when you're 5,
I
right?
moved when I was
it's
5. So it was
you
like,
barely
yeah, it
started.
was like October, November when we moved.
Yeah,
Whatever
you probably
it was.
moved when you got like on vacation or something.
Whatever it was,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so I remember moving, and it was like school had already started. I remember being a new kid, that whole shit. You know?
Yeah.
And then I remember the homies spot getting lit up down the street. And then we had a neighbor. He was like an antique collector and like seller.
Uh-huh.
This fool had like a big old one of those carousel horses,
Yeah.
like just chilling in his like front living room window.
No. What the fuck?
And then he had like
what the hell?
I swear to
Was he
God.
Tweaker too or shit?
And
Like,
then,
what the
and then he had
hell?
a giant light post in his yard, right?
Wow.
Like an old school, like 1920s New York light post.
Oh yeah, my boy used
Like
to get
chilling
spun
in
out,
his
bro.
yard,
He
you know what I'm
used to
saying?
get spun out,
And then
yeah.
in his backyard, this fool, I remember like going over there when I was probably 6, 7 years old. And I remember going over with my parents, and like he had like a life size like model train.
Oh shit!
Like you could ride in it. Like I
Oh,
rode the
no,
train. I
damn.
rode the train around the whole backyard. And he said, like, yeah, he goes like, he wasn't a weirdo. This is the part
Did he
that
have
I
a
gotta
white
give
van and shit,
Trip
too?
out. No, trip out though.
White
Because this is
van
what
with
I'll never
tinted
forget
windows.
this. He was like, look, if you ever want to come over and like play over here, he had like miniature golf going through the trains and shit. He said, if you ever want to play, like ask your parents and you know, you guys can come over. He told him you can bring him over.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on no like he wasn't on no Michael Jackson
weirdo
stuff.
shit. Yeah.
It was
yeah.
like
Damn,
you
why
know,
did my boy have to go at Michael? There we go. I turned it back on. Yo. Talk to me. Hello? Oh, my bad. Talk to me. I turned the sound back on.
All right, you're live right now. You live, baby. What's up, Haz? Big Kills, baby. What's cracking?
Oh, what up, Kills? What's going on, man?
big kills.
You know what's up. You know what's good, man. Just checking in. I had to make sure the show still goes on. You guys were talking with no sound, baby.
How long were we talking with no sound for?
Man, I'll let you ride for 15 seconds, maybe 20.
Okay, yeah. I saw. I must have pushed a button or something like that, man.
Nah, you guys are gravy, man. What's up? You guys be cool, man. We're tapping in. Much love.
All right.
Shouts
Thank you.
out
Pure Records in the building, baby. What?
Hell yeah.
I was about to say, shouts out to Pure Uncut, shouts out to Big Kills.
Yo. Talk to us, man. Talk to us.
Hey, your audio dropped out.
I know. I just barely saw that right now. We fixed it. I think we're back on.
Sweet. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. British Columbia. What the heck? There we go, dog. Hey, I think I pushed a button. Yeah, British Columbia. I think that's Canada.
Oh, I got some fans out there. Yeah,
That's right.
Shouts out to Jen.
Hey, so all right, let's talk about it. So we were locked up. My bad.
Locked
my
up.
bad.
No,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
good. So I was actually celled up with FKM's co-defendant.
Yes, sir.
And
Shout out to Peanut. What up, Peanut?
hey, Peanut, what's good with you, doggy?
That's my boy, man. That's been my boy since 5th grade, dog.
Man, good dude. And we were celled up, and then I remember him like, you know, I'm rapping already, and we were talking, chopping it up, and he was telling me about you. And I remember he was like, I was like, well, what they call your homie? He's like his rap name? And I was like, yeah. He goes, fuck him. And I was like, what? I'm like, you gotta change that. That ain't gonna work, you know. and I remember one time I think you went to like medical or whatever, and you came back. And you were walking up the stairs. You were cuffed up, walking up the stairs, and you're like, Peanut, and like he's like looking at the window, like, what's up, fool? You know? And I remember like looking right at you, kind of like over his shoulder, because that fool's like shorter than me. So,
I was skinny than the motherfucker back then too.
so trip out. So that was the only time I seen you like physically while we were busted.
Okay.
Because you walk up the stairs, and I remember seeing like this skinny bald dude.
Yeah.
Years later, I parole, and I hear like, oh, FKM Southside, and I'm like, is that one fool? He's from Cold. Nah, because the fool I seen was skinny as hell, bro. Because you were Greyhound.
Hey, Hazard's calling me fat now, dog.
Nah, he's just healthy.
Hey, you guys don't even know, man. I look like I was a fucking tweaker or a staccato back
Homie,
then and shit.
How tall are you?
like 5'11".
At the time, the homie had to be no more than like $160, $165, soaking wet. You know what I mean? That's what you had to weigh.
Yeah.
Because you were like skinny.
Maybe less than that, dog. Like I was fucking skinny.
Yeah,
as
he
hell,
was
dog,
skinny.
yeah.
I mean, it looked like a different person. Like he looks like at the time he looked like Feed the Children, and now he's all nourished. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know when I got out, my family thought I was on drugs and shit. You know,
Homie.
but then I told them like I've been skinny my whole life. Like what? But they were like, nah, but you're super fucking sucked up.
Yeah.
Like, bad.
When I came home, I remember I wore a large wife beater, and it was like baggy on me.
No shit. Hey, did Peanut ever rap for you?
Nah, not
Peanut be flowing too, dog.
I feel like he would. I feel like sometimes he would just kind of like rap messing around. But like, I think he heard me and he's like, all right, I'm not rapping for this. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't really. You know what I mean? He didn't really want to rap around. But yeah, but that fool like yeah, man. Like it's funny because we were in intake, and anybody that knows anything about prison reception, like you got nothing coming. Intake, you really got nothing coming. You know what I mean? The first 2-3 weeks before you get processed into the rest of the reception.
Yeah.
You're like you slam down 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So like, we were only celled up like 3 weeks together.
Oh,
but
shit,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But like 3 weeks, 24/7.
3 weeks is like a fucking year.
That's
in
like
there.
a year in there, homie. You know? So it's like,
Yeah.
but yeah. So that was when I first had heard of FKM, and then, all the years later, watching you go, viral with the Southside record and everything.
Yes, sir.
It was just always dope for me. Like I was always like kind of watching from afar. Like I didn't know how to get in touch with you. And at the time, I was definitely not social media savvy like that.
Oh, really?
Bro, I had no following on any
And now you're the
platform.
motherfucking man on TikTok, as you say. Oh, there you go.
But it's wild. Like it's wild. I didn't know how to get a hold of you, but I remember thinking like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's that fool right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell him one day. Like I'm gonna let him know.
Hey, and then we saw each other at UrbanCon. When you said that, I was like, damn, that's cool, man. That's cool.
wild, right?
Hey,
Small
so
world.
let's talk about your rap style, dog.
Yes,
You
sir.
got a fucking rap style that's like crazy as hell, dog.
Thank
Like
you.
I'm talking about like, I always tell people that I'm more into the craft and in the way people put their words together and rhyming than the actual. A lot of people hear the beat and they're like, if I could dance to this motherfucker and you say a couple of right things, then it's a hit to me,
Sure.
For me, I have to hear this person, how they're putting their words together, what they're saying, their metaphors, their punchlines. I get into the technical stuff.
Sure.
And as I said in the introduction, it's very rare that I'm jealous of somebody like, damn, I wish I had those bars. You're one of those people. Where does your style originate from?
I think it was listening to all those dudes I was talking about, and then just from an early age, like always paying attention to rap music, to where it was second nature for me. Like that was never. I could still remember one of the first rhymes I ever wrote, and it was like being on beat, quote unquote. That was like never an issue for me. I could hear from the beginning, you're not on beat, bro. Like from the beginning, like, oh, that ain't right. I gotta change.
Like if a rapper's rapping, like you can tell him like, nah.
From the
I ain't
beginning,
fucking with
like
that.
I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
From the
that's
jump,
right,
like
that's
literally
right.
from the first time I
Oh
ever.
yeah, hey,
wrote
that
a
comes
single-
with fucking studying your craft to the fullest.
right. And I think honestly, like having all of those different influences, right? Having East Coast influences, having West Coast influences, having Southern influences. I went to the school of rap. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
So
yeah.
it was like for me, I think that what I do today, whether it's certain stuff with hook writing that I feel like is definitely like South influence.
Yes, sir.
Like lyricism, punching and whatnot from the East Coast, and then there's a certain like kind of, I say it's like some pimp player shit from the West Coast, like a certain pocket that I definitely picked up, and it's like I kind of mixed all those things.
Would you
together.
say like the sugar-free East Siders kind of thing?
Sugar free or the corrupt,
Yeah,
that real
yeah.
like smooth way of speaking.
Yeah, that man,
Warren
you just
G.
took the fucking words
You know
out of
what
my
I'm
mouth. I was
saying?
gonna say smooth
That
way.
real
Yeah.
smooth way of
yeah.
speaking, like we're like it doesn't matter what you saying, that shit sound cooler than the other side of the pillow. You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
That
Hey,
was
were
always
you one
my
of those
thing.
people that like you're studying somebody and like are like say you're listening to a Nas album and then you start studying and breaking apart his lyrics and be like, man, I like what he did there. I like what he. Do you get technical like that or?
Oh yeah, bro. I remember listening to trying to break down people's like, why did they write it that way? Why did they say it this way?
I heard you say that earlier. Can you explain that to me?
You know
Because
what I'm
I want to understand that.
Sure. So, I think probably the easiest example to give where people might understand what I'm saying, Eminem "Till I Collapse," right?
Till my lungs collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you listen to that record and the way he kind of melts into the claps and the snares on that, right? Till I collapse, I'm spilling these raps. Long as you feel them till the day that I die, you'll never say that I'm not killing them, right? And the way he kind of melted into the beat, I remember thinking like, he did this a certain way for a reason. And going back, like,
did you get an
Nas
answer?
records,
Like, did you like figure out your answer?
yeah, so yeah, it's like it's literally that those people that are like super wordsmiths, super masters of their craft, they literally know that, like, okay, I'm gonna say it this way because if I say it this way, it means the same thing, but it fits better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like half the time you be like, why do you say it like that? Because it sounded good.
You know what? On that exact song, I studied the song too, and when he says "till I collapse" and he hits it with the claps enhance those words, and you're just like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
But a lot of people that ain't into the craft are not gonna think that, you know. So when he said "till I collapse" and it hits at the same time the clap does, and it just brings the whole word out, like, and you're like, "Fuck!" It hits hard. And shit.
You start wanting to fucking get your workout going. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's the first rhyme you ever wrote, dog? We need to hear it. You got it. You know it.
Oh man,
Dog, I just heard you do a whole session in there by memory. No pen, no pad, nothing. You were in that studio doing a whole session by memory.
Let me see. What did I say? I think it was acidic lines eat away at the bottom of your bowels. Your rhymes don't make sense like English without the vowels. What you are is basically Nike without the Jordan. That boy has got it locked from here to the river Jordan. My liver's sporting hoes like I drank for 20 years. Times me by 10 and 2 for your 20 greatest fears. There's plenty here for many ears, eagerly awaiting an MC that ain't bullshitting or hesitating. What I'm making of all these rappers constantly hating. My skills heavenly given, actually heavenly given. When I'm living, my fantasy ignore your opinion. Give me a beat and mic, shit that's now my dominion. Jumping boundaries with qualities, often simian. Blow all MCs in a distant oblivion. Yeah, like I was really on some like backpacker like
what
rhyme.
the fuck?
You know
That's
what
your
I'm
first rhyme.
That's
That shit is dope.
That I
as
ever
hell.
that I ever recorded. Yeah.
Like that's dope as hell.
Yeah,
dog.
that was the first
really,
rhyme.
really
I was
dope
like
as
16,
hell.
I think.
Hell
That I
yeah.
could remember that I recorded. Like I remember we had a little laptop. We recorded it on man, we used to use a little ghetto setup. So we had a laptop. We had 2 computer speakers. We had a computer mic in the middle. We had it covered with a cotton ball. And then you had to record your it was one take. You know what I'm saying?
Ghetto studios, I like that.
And then we would record on,
yeah.
do you remember Sound Recorder?
Nah.
The little program Sound Recorder?
Nah, I've always used Acid since I was young, dog. For some reason, I always used Acid.
I remember like our first maybe like 2-3 demos that we did. I was like in a little rap group. 2-3 demos.
What was the name of the group?
That we did. Lyrically Gifted Minds.
No shit. You still fuck with them?
Nah, man, I haven't talked to them dudes in forever. One of them, rest in peace, died at the beginning
Man,
of
sorry
COVID.
to hear that, man.
It was wild. It was like I always like a lot of people. You might feel differently, whatever the case is, but I always very much so respected and believed in whatever that disease was because, like, one of the dudes.
You're talking about COVID?
Yeah, one of the dudes.
It's dangerous.
Trip out. Well, one of the dudes that helped start that group was like on the news. He was like the first confirmed death in California.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it was a trip. Yeah.
Damn.
And then another one of the dudes, I think he like went to medical school or something. Like he was on probation. He was a fuck up. And the dude was on probation. He got arrested and then but he was a juvenile. So they were like, if you move with your parents to like Mississippi or something, like he had pops, I think lived over there or something. Or his mom or something. If you move to like Mississippi and you do this drug rehabilitation program, we'll let you out.
Just get the fuck out of California.
So this is 2004. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, talk to us, man. What's going on?
I'm not on live, am I?
Yeah, you're live.
Live like a
Oh,
motherfucker.
fuck. It's Uptown, fool.
You're live as hell.
Hey, it's Uptown, man. I was just looking at your video again, man. When you were just talking about, like, you weren't even, man. you weren't even taking breaks for like the whole week.
What are you talking? Oh, work.
Yeah, work. Okay. Oh wait. Hold on here, Spencer, dog. Who you got in the house?
Oh, I got Hazard, man. The boy Hazard from
Oh,
Ontario,
Hazard.
man.
Okay, the freestylist.
Hell yeah, the 40-ounce Fridays, dog.
How we doing, homie?
Yeah, Hazard, man. Hey, this Stravi right here, fool, from Charlie Rocampo, my boy.
Travi, how we doing, sir?
What's up, my boy? I like that, sir. Yeah, I'm not no sir though, low key. Hey,
What's cracking, doggy?
hey,
How we doing?
nah, dog. I just thought I hit the homie up because I was looking at his one of his videos again, and man, come on now, talk to me, my boy. I was with you on the phone the other day for a while,
Yes, sir.
and it was on live. But fucking, I was looking at that again, and I was like, man, this motherfucker didn't even take no breaks for that whole week and shit, man. Construction is a motherfucker, dog. Hey, Hazard.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you're blessed to fucking do what you do. I don't know what you do, but if you make a living off of fucking freestyling and shit, god damn, homie.
Hell yeah. How many followers you
make
got
a
on
living
TikTok?
off
You got
of-
a gang of followers on TikTok too, huh?
First and foremost, thank you, Travi. I appreciate the call, doggy, and thanks for the love.
Hey, you make a living off of that? Hey, man, me and my boy right here, we make a living off of construction, and it's like crazy.
I still
You
gotta trip out, so I still got a day job. I'm always very transparent about that.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay.
Yeah, I do.
All right. All right.
I got
I like that.
I got my Class A commercial license.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
All
That's
right.
right.
Okay. So let's go ahead and go right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. So you got your Class A, but
sir.
like, well, my boy right here, I got a relationship with him already,
Mhm.
and it's like, fuck, man, this fool's in construction and he works hard. But with you, Hazard, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. Your skills, your freestyle skills, man. Fucking freestyle Fridays.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gracias, big dog. I appreciate that. And what I would say to anybody listening, to answer your question directly, we got like 379,000 followers, I think, on TikTok.
Shit.
Going viral and whatever, and you know this because you've had stuff do numbers, but going viral and whatever the case is, don't really pay the bills like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
If you're a kid with no responsibilities, yeah, you could probably make it work because you could just sleep on somebody's couch.
Yeah.
But if you're a grown man, bro, like with real responsibilities, is
You
obviously.
got to get your work on, huh?
Travi calling in, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
FKM,
I mean, come on now.
hey, we got I got real bills, homie. So it's like
Yeah, hell
I've
yeah.
made. Don't get me wrong, I've been blessed and fortunate enough to make some money at music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got fans that when we've done some merch drops, limited merch drops. My boy Rob from Forever Hustling.
Hell yeah.
I've done my Drankers merch drops, and I can say we like instant sellouts, right? So I'm very grateful to my supporters.
Yeah.
But in terms of like paying rent, paying the car note, you know what I'm saying?
It's grinding,
You know what I'm
homie.
saying? Like
Yeah,
it's still a grind, right?
But
Exactly.
you're going to get there.
Grinding,
You're
bro.
gonna
That's
get
the
there.
plan. No, that's the plan
gonna
for
get
sure.
there,
That's
hell
the
yeah.
plan from your lips to God's ears. But yeah, Travi, I think that really as men we should be proud of
Humble,
the fact,
man.
and also humble, but also proud of the fact that we can provide for a family.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Nah, you know what, man? Hey, honestly, man, honestly, I can make a choice. I make a choice right now, homie.
Right.
I could cock back that 9.
Thank
I
you.
could do whatever I do, or I could even go to the studio, kick whatever. But right now, man, honestly, man, I just want to fucking go to sleep, maybe watch a movie with my daughter.
Hell
There
yeah.
you go.
And man, dog, I just want so much peace, and I just want everybody else to have that same feeling.
Man,
you know
that
what I
deserves
mean?
a round of applause right there.
Yes,
Bro. You're
sir.
right, man.
Yeah,
You're right
I
there.
just
Hell yeah.
want peace, dog. And I come in peace at the same time, but you know what, man? Even with like man, my little brother, I know he's active out there still. Shout out to little Ras in the hood, that Wooded Water locals but Big Ras. I mean, we're right there. But man, dog, I just want peace and I want everybody. It's Thanksgiving, dog. We just gotta give thanks that we still here. We still here. We're still alive.
Hell
and
yeah.
Be safe out there. Hey, dog, I'm gonna be on some. I'm gonna just hit you with a curveball, man. I work construction, And I'm gonna tell you straight up, be safe and man, be safe, tie off, and be safe out there, man.
Hell yeah, man.
I
Thank
want
you
to
for
make it back
calling in,
home for
homie.
it,
We
man.
appreciate you
All
for
right.
calling in, dog.
Hey,
You have a
hey,
good one.
Hazard, hey, dog. I respect your shit though, homie. You got them flows, homie.
Gracias,
You
Travi.
got them flows, doggy.
Gracias, Travi.
But check out that For Better or Worse song, fool, for me, homie.
All right, I got
Check
you.
out For Better or Worse from Travi, homie. That Charlie Rocampo.
I'm gonna peep it.
And yeah, check it out. Peep
All
it
right,
out,
dog.
doggy. I wrote that shit in one night.
Hell
All right, for
yeah.
sure. Shoot
You
me
have
a-
yourself a good night, my boy.
Shoot me a DM,
All right,
doggy.
all right.
All
Buenas
right,
noches.
dog.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, dog.
Hey, I forgot it was Thanksgiving, dog. What you got planned for Thanksgiving, man? I forgot all about that shit.
Probably
to
eat
be
too,
honest
probably
with
eat
you.
too much. You know what I'm saying? probably eat too much. We going out tonight though. When we done with this right here, I can't. Man, shout out to FKM. He actually picked me up and brought me to the studio. But when we're done here, I'm gonna take a Uber over to a bar and
No, I'll take
I'm
you
not
over there
stopping.
before I roll
Homie,
out.
I ain't stopping until they gotta wheelchair me out of there. So
Oh, you're going.
We're going
You're
in
party
tonight,
hardy
baby. Why
tonight and shit,
not?
man. Hell yeah.
I'm feeling
that's right.
good, bro. Like, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I woke
heck
up
yeah.
today. You know what I'm saying? I woke
That's
up
right.
today. It's a beautiful.
Hey man, it's a
thing.
beautiful thing to get up, and it's a beautiful thing to just be able to function and to be. Some people didn't wake up, man.
Exactly.
Some people didn't wake up. Some people woke up with nothing, and you were able to have everything, you know, and be blessed, man. That's a wonderful thing, man.
Definitely that kind of feeling for me every day.
Yes, sir.
I really try to keep the small things small. You know what I'm
So before we let you go, I would like to ask you,
saying?
before you leave this earth, what would you like people to remember about you?
It's funny. I got asked this before, right? And what I say is like, if I'm blessed enough and fortunate enough to have a good run in music, what I would love more than anything else is 20, 25 years from now, maybe 30 years from now.
Yes, sir.
I would love there to be a youngster that maybe is not even born yet that considers me his biggest influence.
Damn, that is
understand what I'm
tight.
saying?
Heck
If I
yeah,
could-
that's
If I could, you know what I'm saying? If I could influence the next generation in any kind of way, you know, I just, you know what I'm saying? If my daughter, you know, says that her dad was a stand-up man, and if the people around me, you know, agree, and if I could, somebody that I've never met, if I have like a huge influence on him or her, like that's it for me, bro.
hell yeah,
You know what
hell
I'm saying?
yeah,
Definitely.
hell yeah. What do you classify your style as, dog? I personally want to know.
Right.
Underground,
I just
gangster,
I just-
trap, like what do you classify it as?
I just make music, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, like I've said before, like if they said like, how would you describe your style? And I say, it's some intelligent gangster shit.
Hell yeah.
That's what I like to say.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean, I make intelligent gangster rap, and the reason why I say that is it's always gonna be, there's always gonna be the street influence. There's always gonna be that my personal stories and things that I went through, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's always gonna be that, but I'm gonna forever strive to speak on it from a perspective that people hadn't thought of before.
Dope.
Because I feel like if all I do is just like shoot them up, bang bang, running, gunning shit, no matter how much I want to say that I've changed my life, ultimately that's a ton of negative influence that I'm, you
Yeah.
know what I mean, deploying.
Yeah.
And I just said that I hope that the next generation could be inspired by what I do.
Yes,
So
sir.
I always try, genuinely, there's a conscious thought process of like, I don't want to make the shit sound cool. I just want to speak about this in an honest way and maybe sound cool while I do it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
But like, because ultimately it's still music, like it should sound cool.
Yeah, you share your experiences,
But-
dog.
but-
It's not like you're...
But it's like at the same time, I don't want kids growing up thinking that that's the move. Like when we were growing up, it was like prison was like a part of life.
Yeah, like
you
you
would
felt
grow
like
up
you were
like-
gonna hit that at some point.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
you-
gonna
you-
go to like
yeah.
I remember being little, bro, and like the thing is like I could honestly say I had parents that loved me. And, you know, it wasn't a type of situation where, you know, I hear homies all the time talk about like I didn't have a family, like, you know,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
homies were my family. Like that wasn't the case at all.
Yeah,
Like, I could
me
be-
neither.
You know what I'm saying? I could be real. Like I had a family. I'm the black sheep of my family. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I had people that cared. But it was like, you know, I was fascinated, enthralled by, looking at my older cousins, looking at my uncles, and I'm just like, oh, that's the motion right there.
Yeah.
That's a part of life. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And I was so like lost, mistaken. I had such the wrong idea. So I hope that when I talk to these kids, I let them know, like, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like it's an easy thing to do. You know what I mean? I understand you got to make difficult choices. Every day.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that I could be the voice that, maybe I needed when I was young.
Heck yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Heck
That
yeah,
maybe it's
man.
not.
I respect
maybe
the
it's
hell out of that.
maybe it's not a relative, or because we're necio. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can hear it a million times from your mom, from your grandmother. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, siempre andan así. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you hear it from a stranger, and all of a sudden it sits different with you.
Yeah.
You're like, man, my mom used to say that.
Yeah.
But it just resonates, right?
Yeah.
So
because you're used to hearing it from your mom every day or your family every day, and then
Right.
when somebody else says it to you, then it makes you think a little more, huh?
it really does, bro. And so for that reason, I hope I could be that for somebody.
Heck yeah.
I really try to, Travi was talking about coming in peace, right? I could make shit really, I could turn the temperature up and make shit uncomfortable for a lot of rappers. just from the bar side, you know what I'm saying? I can make shit uncomfortable, but like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I allow a lot of motherfuckers to exist just because, like, for me, it's not worth it. Because I understand that it would quickly go from like, bar work or whatever to like personal. So for me, if I'm really about that positivity, and I'm really, which I am, but if I'm really about that, like, for me, it's more important to practice what I preach.
Who are some rappers in the game that you would say, like, hey, are equal to you, equal to Hazard?
I think.
Or do you take your hats off or give respect to?
Okay, now that's a different one, because I was gonna say, if you're not doing this to be the best, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always feel
That's
like,
why I kind of changed.
I always
and
feel like
shit.
nobody
Yeah.
can fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I
that
gotta
you tip
say,
your hat to.
but I gotta say, I like what Doggy Style's doing.
Hell yeah.
I love what Doggy Style's doing.
Shout out to Doggy Style.
I think the young man's very talented. You know what I'm saying? I just think he's dope.
Which he is for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it young too, because I mean, I could, there's a lot of older. I think the Griselda Collective is dope. I love what
Fire.
I love what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to them, man. And they're like they're older than me at this point, but I mean, like, but they're making new stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
But out here, I got
And you know what's dope about that is they're older and able to still be relevant, right?
Super. And they did it their way. So it's a lot of respect to them.
Hell yeah.
I think younger cats, I said Doggy Style. I rock with obviously my boy Scheme.
Westmont.
Westmont,
Shout out to fucking Local Greñas. They call them Local Greñas on this show right here, man.
Shouts out my boy Loco Greñas, pues, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Westmont. I rock with what he does, you know what I'm saying? I really do.
You guys really compliment each other, dog. When you
That's
guys
my-
are on the
that's my
same
guy.
tracks
Yeah,
together,
that's
you
my
guys
guy,
really
man.
compliment each other.
That's
And
that's the homie.
behind the scenes,
Yeah.
last time he was at my house, we were talking about you off air,
Yeah.
and he really had very good things to say about your music and the way you get down. And I hardly hear him talk like that about people. You know how MCs are. Like, when MCs are around other MCs, they can actually be like, yeah, this person can tip their hat to other people,
Yeah.
right? You were one of the people. He was just like, man, he said shit that I wish I said, you know?
And it's funny because I've heard punches come from him, and I'm like, I see you. You know what I mean? Like, I get excited, you know.
You know the song that you guys are on together? Sorry to cut you off. I'm really sorry, but I don't want this thought to leave my head. He was like, they killed him when you said it. Was the one, the more bodies than the fucking, take it out of my mouth. The got bodies like
Hold on. Are you talking about Where You Fools From?
where you and him are on the same song?
It's just me and him, right?
Yes.
Where You Fools From?
But you said something about bodies, like more bodies than a fucking thotty or something, or don't claim it. You don't claim it like a thotty do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I body you, then not claiming like thotties do.
Yeah, he was going crazy. We were off camera, and he said that. He's like, bro, I looked in the mirror like, fuck, I wish I said that.
You know what's so funny is he was here for that. We recorded that here.
Oh, no shit.
We recorded that here, right? And I remember he was like, hey, Hazard, let me get my shit off, fool. And I was like, go ahead. So he spit his verse. Like, he came ready. He spit his verse. He might have won Take the Bitch, but then I think he was like, all right, are those my levels? And then he did it again. Like, he came ready.
Yeah.
And then I had the hook. I was like, yo, like, I got this idea for the hook. What you think? And he's like, I rock with it. I'm like, all right, I'm going to rap it once. You rap it once. You know what I'm saying? And put your swag to it. And then he was like, all right, cool. You ready? And I'm like, no, I wanted to hear what you had. Because I respect him that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And so I did my verse on the spot. I was like, all right, now I'm ready.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Play the beat. And then he was like, what you mean? And I'm like, watch this. And then I sat there for like, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I saw the way you work right here, though.
Yeah, I was like
hell
15, 20 minutes, like back and forth. All right, let's do this shit. And I jumped in the booth. And then I remember, like, I remember that. I body you. They're not claiming like thotties do. I ain't know you when I got surgical with the shotties. So, like, I remember that fool was just like, ooh, he had his homies with him. Ooh. But that's the, I don't want to say little, but I would say like that's the young brother right there for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
I
young
like
broski,
that, dog. I like that young brother right there.
You know what I'm saying? That's the young. That's my young bro right there. You know what I mean? I don't want to say little. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm, you know, but like I would say that's the young bro, and I definitely got a lot of love, respect, admiration for him. I gotta say this real quick. Talking about tipping hats. My boy don't never get, I feel like, enough credit. The gentleman that recorded me here today, he goes by Danny Zico. I'm going to forever call him Praise, but he goes by Danny Zico now. Danny Zico, in and of himself, is a talented artist. And I always say, like, I can't take a lot of fools serious because my engineer's better than them without trying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to my guy. And then another dude, I've worked with a lot. I was on the phone with him bullshitting earlier, but the homie Mark Ford, he's out of Oxnard, real talented cat. He does a lot of video work as well.
That's right.
He just dropped the album Death Notes and 33rd. It's stupid. Like, if you like the lyricism, the gritty, raw, boom bap stuff, but he's from Oxnard. He's a West Coast cat. So it's the juxtaposition of like that grimy ass hip hop with talking. He be talking that fly West Coast shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shouts out to Mark 40. That's a dude who I get excited for when you're talking about like you got to tip your hat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 40,
man. I really got to give him a lot of credit, Mark 40.
Would you ever consider making an album with these guys that you just mentioned?
Yeah. So I feel like these dudes are so busy that like I would love to, but I feel like everybody it's like I don't want to like have them commit to something and then all of a sudden it's a chore. I've done songs with I've done songs with Ford, I've done songs with Scheme, I've done songs with Zico. The way I look at it is like those are my like the way you were talking about Scheme like these are like I'm blessed enough to consider these people kind of like friends at this point.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And we have like random ass funny conversations about bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's like I just consider these people like friends. So at this point it's like if we happen to do something cool, I think I got verses sitting. I think I have 1 or 2 verses that are like sitting on Ford's computer on his hard drive that he didn't put out, right? Like I was at his pad and I just like recorded a verse or something. I know right now I'm trying to get Scheme on something specific. I think that's gonna be dope when it's done. That I'm excited for that. But yeah, I just feel like there are a lot of dudes that I didn't name that I gotta give a lot of credit to. Just for being like pioneers, I would say too. Like I got Rabs, Conejo, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that can keep their name relevant while on the run in a different country for that long.
That's
the dude's like Paul Bunyan, homie. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so like I gotta give him his. And then all the OGs just. To anybody young that's doing their thing, if we talk and I rock with you, my respects. I just got to give respect to the OGs because I feel like a lot of times
people that paved the way.
The people that paved the way, I think sometimes don't get the right amount of credit because the youngsters will be like, "Oh, the OGs are sleeping on me" or whatever the case is, and I just got to say, step your fucking bars up because the old generation rocks with me heavy. I've had personal conversations with Mellow Man Ace, with Frost. With ODM, speaking of Mellow Man Ace and Frost, Tony G. I've got unreleased stuff that Tony G's produced for me. You know what I'm saying? Julio G. He told me to say it. I could say it. So Julio G is officially my stage DJ at this point.
Damn, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Westside
That's
Radio.
OG too, man. Hell yeah. Hey, you were talking about Conejo. Is it okay to say about what you got coming up?
Yeah, so I will be hosting officially. I'm hosting me, your boy Hazerd, aka Mr. 40 Ounce Fridays, is hosting Volume 5 of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Conejo, Criminal. I think Brownsville's on the bill.
It's gonna be a big night.
Brownsville.
Two
Max is on it. You want to talk about tipping my cap? Shouts out to Max and everything he's doing with Brownsville. That is amazing. I love what they just did. They just released the Wu-Tang Clan. I love that, bro. I'm happy for them.
That's like some
I
underground
love it,
MC
homie. I
shit, some
love
raw shit.
what Brownsville is doing. Shouts out to Brownsville, homie.
Yeah.
Tumex is gonna be on that bill as well.
Yeah.
You want to talk about older influence, Tumex. But yeah, Hazerd, aka Mr. 40 Ounce Friday, is gonna be hosting A Nightmare Before Christmas on December 23rd. You guys gotta come on out. It's gonna be a great night. I'm gonna be rapping in between sets. I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff. We're gonna be giving a lot of stuff away.
Fuck
Y'all
yeah.
gotta come. I'm telling you, if you guys want to see a show hosted the way you ain't seen a show hosted before, y'all gotta come out. Nightmare Before Christmas, December 23rd, hosted by Mr. 40 Ounce Fridays.
Hey, and the stuff he was telling me that he's gonna do, like when we were off camera, if you be there or be square.
Look, it's gonna be a good time.
Do you know where the location's at?
Oh man, hold on. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna read it off
He
my
was
phone.
talking about like he's gonna do some crazy stuff, man. So you guys are gonna be ready for that. Whoever is the man with the camera that night, you are gonna have some incredible footage. By the way, this man was talking in it. Like I said, I just heard him right now do a whole session in there.
It's at Don Quixote right there on East Olympic Boulevard. I think it was there last year. Don Quixote. Yeah. And then shouts out Underground Hip Hop Blog, obviously, for throwing the whole thing. Shouts out Vic and Armando. They both show a lot of love. Sullen Art Collective, Prime 87. Obviously got the SKM logo on there as well. But yeah, man. Conejo, Mr. Criminal, Tumex. Apparently Los Meros Sospechosos.
Hazerd.
Young
Hazard's
Uno,
gonna be
Brownsville,
there.
hosted by
My
Hazerd.
boy Young Uno. Shout out to Young Uno.
Shouts out Young Uno, man. Young Uno right here from the Valley too.
Oh, yeah.
I got to meet the homie, real good dude. Yeah, man, Hazerd, aka Mr. 40 Ounce Fridays, will be hosting December 23rd, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Hell yeah, man. With that said, you got any last words?
Yeah, before hold on. We got
Talk to me.
A shot right here we got to do, man. So basically, I was telling you earlier, this is a special bottle for me. This is Tequila San Matias Gran Reserva. There's a certain very popular ultra premium bottle of tequila that most people know by a certain date, a certain 4-digit number. That tequila was actually made to try to be like this tequila. This is the original Gran Reserva
So
tequila.
this is the OG right
The
here.
original extra añejo tequila. The very first one was San Matias right here, Gran Reserva. So we're going to go ahead and pour up to this. Now, we ain't going to shoot this because we're not, uncultured swine. So we're just going to go ahead and toast and go ahead and sip on it. I want you to tell me what you think, bro.
Hell yeah.
Salud. Appreciate it. Baker's Dozen Media, my boy FKM Southside. Let's try this real quick.
Damn, that's really, really good, dog.
You rock with that?
This is liquor?
Yeah.
That shit is good. It's smooth.
I had it on ice up until we started the interview. I pulled it out and I let it kind of warm up a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of open it up a little bit. But yeah, man, this is San Matias.
Fucking really
Gran Reserva.
smooth, dog. Like really smooth.
San Matias Gran Reserva. You know what I'm saying? If I'm drinking tequila, it's got to be additive free. You know what I mean? I don't like all that extra syrup the motherfuckers be pouring in the bottles nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But real quick, if anybody's in the Inland Empire this weekend, I would appreciate if y'all come out. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give a special giveaway for the first 10 people to buy a ticket. If you can show me that you're one of the first 10 people that bought the ticket, you can buy them online. But this weekend on Saturday at 3:55, I'm gonna be dropping a puck at the Ontario Junior Reign game.
Damn,
This is gonna be
that's right.
This is gonna be at the Ontario Ice Arena off of Holt and Euclid. You guys can follow the Junior Reign page. I believe it's OJR 909. I think that's right. Let me look. OJR underscore 909. Okay. If you hit the link in their bio, they have a game on Saturday. All right. So Saturday, I believe that's the 25th. Yeah, Saturday, November 25th. I'm gonna be dropping the puck at 3:55 in my hometown of Ontario. But also it's gonna be Hazard Jersey night. So I'm being presented with a personalized junior reign Hazard number 40 jersey.
Yeah, there you go, man. Proud of you, man.
I'm
You're
super.
doing
Thank you,
things,
dog.
You're doing things.
It's cool. It's cool stuff because I feel like I took from my community for a long time, and to be able to be recognized as kind of a beacon of hope at this point is dope.
You're doing some good
You know what I'm
things,
saying?
man.
Thank you,
Very,
dog. I
very
really
good
appreciate
things.
that. Salute to
Hey,
that,
hey,
brother.
man,
Thank you.
hell yeah.
So yeah, Saturday, 3:55. To the first 10 people, if you can show me a screenshot, if you guys go to OJR underscore 909, go to the link in their bio. The first 10 people that buy a ticket, if you show me a screenshot, I will have a personalized gift for you on Saturday. I'm not going to say what it is, but I promise you will like it.
Hell
Come on
yeah.
out. Saturday in Ontario, off of Houghton Euclid, the Ontario Ice Center. All right. 3:55, I dropped the puck. So the first 10 people to send me a screenshot of them having bought a ticket, you come out on Saturday and meet me in front of the arena on Saturday at about
Fuck yeah.
3 o'clock, and you can chop it up with me. I'm going to have a special gift for you. The first 10 people that show me a screenshot with their tickets bought for Saturday, 3:55 in Ontario. Again, OJR underscore 909. Shouts out to Jeremy, the coach and kind of the director of the program there for the Junior Reign. Appreciate you. And also, like I said, my engineer's more talented than a lot of these fools. My boy Danny Zico will be singing the national anthem as well.
Jose, can you see?
You gotta ask that for Jose for his fucking eye prescription. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Danny Zico, he's gonna be singing the national anthem live, and then I'll also be performing between the first and second period. And the first 10 people to send me a screenshot with the purchase of their tickets for this week, and first 10 people, I'm gonna have a special gift for you. You can meet me in front of the Ice Arena on Saturday at 3 o'clock. And I'll have a gift for the first 10 people to buy a ticket and send me proof of their screenshot.
Fuck yeah, there we go, man. It's really dope to hear all the stuff that you're doing, and you're not like big headed at all, man. You know, I'm not gonna even lie to you. Like, I wanted to reach out so long to you. But I don't know why. Maybe I thought you were gonna be like one of those
fucking dickhead. Huh?
You just look like you're gonna be like you're too
Hollywood
small
and
for
shit.
me kind of thing.
And,
you know what I mean?
And
like,
and this is a teachable moment because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you too. I thought you didn't like me for whatever reason, and I didn't. It wasn't like a personal thing, like, oh, he don't like me. I just figured, like, I was looking at your show, I would see the people on, I'd be like, bro, I belong on this show. I feel like I belong on this show, you know. But
talking about some real hip
you
hop
know what I'm
shit.
saying?
Yeah,
I feel like the homie like really knows his hip hop, and
But also though, my bad. I also only I try to like interview people on the come up. I don't really do like. I feel like you're an established artist already.
That's
you know?
wild to me.
And,
That's
and,
so
and
wild.
I kind of got you like a little later, you know. Like,
Homie, I gotta say this. I really respect what you've done to build your platform. My salute. And to anybody that's watching this, I don't think you understand how difficult it is to do what he's done in such a relative short amount of time. And y'all should give this man a lot of respect. But I think that this is a teachable moment to everybody watching. I know for a fact between the hip hop shit and then between just like Mexican pride and ego, that machista ass shit, like we a lot of times don't reach out. So like shouts out to Travi for calling earlier and just kind of giving it up on some homie shit. Appreciate you. I think that we don't do enough of that, and I think that is probably the biggest reason why you were saying, like, do I feel like people sleeping or da-da-da, being from the Inland Empire, so on and so forth. I think that it's that we really got to get out of that, like, you know, shellfish in a bucket type mentality.
Yeah, because there was no fucking reason whatsoever that I shouldn't have. I should have reached out to you.
It goes two ways, bro. I should have done the same. And so, like, really, the minute that we seen each other, it was love, bro. It was like, what's up, bro? What's cracking?
Yeah.
I'm a fan, shoot, I'm a fan. And it was cool. And I think that that's never fuck rap, man. Fuck the entertainment industry. Fuck all of it, bro. Like, there's a reason, you know, that you see people of other ethnicities do so well for themselves.
Yes, sir.
They like super take care of their own and they super network.
Yeah.
And they're never too proud to help somebody that looks like them.
Yeah.
And, you know, they say it and it's sad, but I feel like a lot of times it's true, right? Like, you know, the worst enemy of a Mexican is another Mexican, right?
That's a good
And
saying
it's
right
like,
there, dog.
it's fucked up, right? And what I would
Yeah.
say to the youngsters, man, to the next generation, if y'all like what I do, if you think that I'm cool and you want to reach out, bro, please do. My inbox is crazy, so I try to weed through all the messages.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
can only think.
My
imagine.
inbox gets crazy, so but I'm never too busy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm never too big-headed or whatever the case is to try to reach out and help the next homie. So like, just reach out, just say what's up,
Fuck,
whatever the
ass,
case
I
is.
I
know
know
what I'm
you
saying?
gotta go, dog, but I keep wanting to talk to you, dog.
Nah, we chilling, bro.
Your highness waiting for you at the bar, no?
Nah, we good. Well, what time is it? I mean, yeah, but we good. You know, last call's at 1:30.
Couple
homie.
more minutes.
We
Couple more
good.
minutes.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Fuck, man. Like it's kind of fucked up that even that I was even thinking like that, or that you were thinking like that, because it's not even nothing the case, dog. Like
At all.
and maybe we could have came together sooner. And like you said, when we first saw each other, it was just a warm embrace. Like, what's up,
Yeah.
man? Hey. And then when we were talking, like I could be here on an interview and I don't have to prep for an interview because I know who you are. I know what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
sometimes when people have to prep for an interview, it's because they don't know the person.
Sure.
So for me to be able to do an interview with you without prepping, it just shows how much I really was up on you, and
Sure.
maybe it was just a pride thing for not reaching out, you know?
And
it's
that's
not right.
And honestly, bro, I think that's like the hugest lesson if we did anything here today, right? Besides like all the cool, like this has been a great conversation.
Yeah.
But if nothing else, like there's a couple of youngsters right now who might be watching each other online and they think each other is dope, but for whatever reason you got something in you like, nah, I'm cool. Don't do that. Like, reach out to that homie. Like, reach out to that dude that you think is dope, and
See what they
have
say.
that relationship. Why not? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes, obviously, you got to have a little bit of maturity to come with that. You know what I'm saying? But to anybody out there that gets reached out to, like, don't consider yourself too big to have that conversation with a person, because you never know, man. Like, you literally, I just did a showcase the other week, and I went to a house party last night, and there was more people at that house party than there was at the showcase. But I went to the showcase, and I met, like, you know, one of the big wigs at Rock Nation.
Oh, no shit.
And we had like a cool conversation.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Hell
you never
yeah.
know, man. Like, you never know who could be in a room. So, you know, if you really stand on a certain set of principles and morals, stand on those everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Never consider yourself too big or too important for any meeting or any moment. You know, a lot of times you go into certain situations like, this is going to be my big break, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
You go home disappointed.
Yeah.
And then there's other times like where you just randomly decide, okay, I'm going to go out.
Yeah.
And you end up meeting somebody that ends up being a great plug for you.
Yeah, hell yeah. You never know what can happen, right?
You never know. So I think it's really important, for one, to always be respectful. You know what I'm saying? To always walk, you know, with a straight back, with your
Treat
chin up.
everybody the same.
And treat everybody the fuck, bro. You never know who you're speaking with. And what I've learned in these rooms, bro, the
Quiet person.
the quietest, most humblest, most low key person be the richest fool in the room. And I mean, that is a real thing.
Yes.
The homie with the beat up chucks, you know what I'm saying, and the stained Levi's and a little corduroy sweater or whatever. That fool's worth like $200 million.
Yeah.
And he don't want nobody to bug him, so he dresses like that on purpose.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like I would say more than anything else, you know what I'm saying? Take this on-camera lesson that we're talking about with our experience, and let our experience be a lesson to you, and you don't have to make the same. You know, they say a smart man can learn from his mistakes, but a wise man can learn from others.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Heck
let
yeah.
our quote unquote mistake, right? Let our mistake be your guys' lesson. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to reach out to. Oh, you think that fool's dope? He's in your city. He does photography. Reach out to him. You think that person is dope and they do graphics? Reach out to him.
Yup.
You think that other rapper is dope? Reach out to him. You
Yup.
think that beat maker is dope? Reach out. Just show love.
Yup.
Hey, bro, I rock with what you're doing. I think you're tight. You know what I'm saying? That's all. It don't even got to be the biggest like.
And even if they fucking give you a stupid remark, then fuck that person.
Yeah,
At least
whatever.
you tried, right? At
Exactly.
least you tried.
You came respectfully and try to speak to that person correctly, and maybe their ego won't let them at that point. That's their problem at that point.
Yeah.
You didn't do nothing wrong though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say, you know, I'm very grateful, bro, that we got to bump into each other that way.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Kills.
Yeah, shout out to Kills.
Pure Uncut.
Kills the one that brought you in. He saw you
like,
walking at the
grabbed
Urban
me, you know what I'm
Con.
saying?
Yeah,
Kills, Blends was right there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they like
shout out to my boy
up.
Blends.
Yeah, man. She literally snatched me up and dragged me in the booth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like, you know, I'm really glad that we had that chance meeting, and I'm grateful for this interview, bro.
Even when
Thanks
I
for
picked you
coming
up
out,
right
bro.
now, like it was like a dope ass vibe. Like
Yeah.
like it was cool, dog. Like really,
Yeah.
really cool. And I wanna say that the other day, like I was watching the Drink Champs, right? And the reason I'm saying this is because I hit you up earlier, and your response was like, "You're coming." You didn't even say nothing else. I said, "What up?" You're like, "See you tonight." Nori said that DJ Khaled's like that. No matter how big he is, he'll hound you like, "Hey, we got a session. We got a session." Like no matter, I mean, DJ Khaled's big, bro.
Yeah.
And he still does. He puts his pride aside and like, "Hey, remember we're gonna do this. Remember we're gonna do this." You know. So I said, "You know what, man? I'm gonna hit Hazerd up." And I
Yeah.
hit you up, and you were like, "See you tonight." I was like, "Cool, man. Like hell yeah."
I try to be as much of a man of my word as possible in all walks of life. So if I say I'm gonna be somewhere, that's the reason that, like, you know, it's the reason that my wife be tripping. But it's the reason I take so seriously when I do agree to something. I'll tell people like, can you give me like a few days? Let me think about that. It's not because I'm trying to big time you. It's because if I say yes, I'm gonna go balls out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I say yes, I'm gonna be all the way in, bro. I don't half-ass anything. So if I say yes, it's gonna be like yes. I'm gonna
give you everything, give you my all.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I don't like saying yes lightly.
Yeah.
But once you got my yes, it's a yes, bro. Like
Yeah,
I got
hell
you
yeah.
all the way to the fullest because
Fuck yeah.
because if I don't have my word, then what the fuck do I got?
Exactly, though.
You know what I'm saying? So the way I look at it is, you know, as big, you know, small, whatever the case is, my career may be, the you know, the idea of like leaving something to the next generation.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then also for my contemporaries to be like, yeah, that's a man of his word.
Yes, sir.
That means
Yes,
that
sir.
means, you know what I mean? That means a lot. So I would say that to go back and
And
answer
a
the
lot of
other
people ain't
question.
about that shit
You know what I'm
either,
saying?
bro. A lot of people ain't about that shit either.
I mean, but what I always say is you could, you know, you can lie to everybody but yourself, and you can't cheat the process. So the people that be stuck, like, damn, why isn't that person like more, like, what's going on with that guy? Why, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of times they be holding themselves back.
Yeah.
You'll meet him and you be like, man, this dude's dope. He's super talented. Because talent is not the issue. A lot of people are talented,
Yes.
but you'll meet the talented person and you'll be like, all right, yeah, let's work.
Yeah.
And you start to work with him. You start to see little things, and you're like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then vice versa.
Yeah,
Because
no, I
I've been
agree.
around some super successful dudes that are like, you know, the one that comes to mind for me is Burner. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Burner of Vibes Cookies. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, for sure.
Keeps me
man.
laced up. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
Shouts out
yeah.
to Burner, man. I've you know, had the privilege of speaking with him on a couple different occasions, and you know, that dude right there gets it. Like you hear him speak, you see the way he is with his fans, his supporters. You know, I've seen him be at a Cookies for, I don't even know, like, it was right after he beat cancer, and they did the cereal milk strain release, and this dude was standing up outside, early morning shot. I got there, he had already been standing in line. This dude stood there with a line of people for like, I don't want to exaggerate, but at least like 3-4 hours.
No shit.
Shook every single person's hand, took every single picture, signed every hoodie.
That's commendable,
You know what I'm
dog.
saying? Signed every weed bag, homie. And this is right after he had just got a remission diagnosis of his cancer.
Wow.
Like literally, like it was his first like public appearance.
Yeah.
And I chopped it up with him for a second, you know, and I told him, yo, congrats on beating that shit, homie.
Yeah.
And he said something so like, I was like, oh man, this dude's dope. Cause he goes, thanks, bro. He goes, actually, it's why I went public with my diagnosis. Cause I really felt like I needed that energy from you guys.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And like y'all gave me that. It really got me through.
Yeah,
So,
man.
so I
And that tells you he's a man of the people.
homie, and that dude is on the cover of Forbes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They evaluated his business at however many hundred
Bro,
million.
he's a fucking
You know what I'm saying?
gigantor.
And I've
dog.
sat there and watched this man stand there for 3 hours, fresh off of
Maybe that's why he's
cancer.
blessed, right?
That's exactly what
Maybe
I'm saying.
that's why he's
The
blessed.
dude stood in line for 3 hours signing weed bags and hoodies and taking pictures and shaking hands while he just got a remission diagnosis from his cancer.
Yeah, hell
So
yeah.
it's like, bro, like if he could do that, then what's my excuse? That's the
Fuck
way I always
yeah.
look at it.
Hell yeah.
If this man can
I
run
agree,
the,
yeah.
the biggest empire in
Hell
cannabis,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And do all of that with those look
One of the biggest empires, period.
and nobody would knock him if after, you know, the cancer thing, if he would have like hid out for 2 years, you would be like,
Yeah, you need your
his
privacy,
health,
dog.
His
Yeah,
health, he's
yeah,
getting right. What?
yeah.
No, man.
He was out there.
Out the day that he could be, the day that his doctors were like, all right, cool, you can go out in public.
Yeah.
That fool was in them streets.
That's crazy, man. Shout out to him. Let's give him
Yeah,
another round
man.
of
Shouts
applause
out
for
Bernie,
that,
man. For real.
Another round of applause for that.
And just when I meet these people that are like special in that way, when it comes to like their charisma and their work ethic and the combination of the two,
Yeah.
I just try to soak up game where I can, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I just try to like I get around it, and it's like you're around that kind of greatness, bro. Like, you know, Dravi, you guys were talking about like being in construction. If you get around like a tradesman that's held a union card for 30 years, you're gonna ask him some questions. If you know what you know what I mean. If you're smart enough to understand what you're standing next to, you understand what I'm saying. So like when I'm around those people like in the industry, I just try to soak up greatness, bro.
Fuck yeah.
I try to peep game. You know what I'm saying?
Because, like, what better way to learn, right?
That's it right
What
there.
better way to learn?
That's
I
it.
feel like if we got rich or if we hit the lottery or we made it up to burner status, I think we would be that those kind of people, the man of the people. You know what I'm saying?
I would definitely hope so, but I believe so as well, bro.
Yeah, hell
but
yeah.
that's just because that's either in you or it's not.
Yeah.
You don't become that. Like, oh, okay, I got a shitload of money. I'm gonna be for the people now.
Fuck yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I think Jay-Z said it best. You know, it's like money don't really change you, it changes the people around you.
Yeah.
But you know what money can do is make you more of who you are.
Yep, it enhances of who you were before and shit, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't get money, then all of a sudden decide like, oh, I want to be generous.
Man, you was who you was before you got
That's
here, right?
That's
All right,
it. You know
man.
what I'm
Well,
saying?
with that said, dog, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm not going to hold
course.
you any longer. Somebody asked me in the comments if this is a new studio. Nah, it's not a new studio, but what I'm starting to do, and this is the first official show that I'm doing on the road. Since I live fucking damn near Arizona, people can't come to me, and I know it costs a lot of gas money, and it's a long travel, and sometimes people got things to do. So what I'm going to start doing is when we did UrbanCon was the first time I realized that I have a mobile studio, bro.
Right.
I have a laptop. I have all of this stuff, and I still have my other studio at home.
Sure.
But I'm able to come out to the people and start getting interviews like this as long as they have Wi-Fi and electricity. And pretty soon they're not gonna even need that. So,
Homie, I gotta say this real quick.
Yes, sir.
To anybody out there, if this man reaches out to you, do everything you can to accommodate this man. And to the listeners, to the viewers, just to be clear about something, FKM did offer to pay for my gas money and all my accommodations to get up and back from him.
Oh,
and
yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
told him, brother, you don't got to do that, man. Let me just find the time.
yes, sir.
That's what I told him. I was like, you don't even got to do that, bro. Let me just find the time. But he, as a man, offered to pay for any expenses I needed to get up to him. So I said that to say this. To anybody that gets hit up by FKM for a mobile interview, do whatever you can to accommodate this man because he's doing things the right way. He's literally you have no excuse. He's coming to you to get the content.
Heck yeah.
And it's so dope, man. Like it's quality. It is portable. I'm looking at it right now. It's super portable, but it's quality. And I just feel like you know, the same way somebody would be so excited to be on a Drinks Champs, right? Rightfully so.
Yeah, hell yeah,
To
hell
be
yeah.
on to be on a Joe Rogan or whatever, we need to uplift from within. You know what I'm saying? And here's a man who's providing us with a platform with no politics attached to it in terms of like, oh well, I had this person on this week, so I can have you 3 weeks from. Like, no, just genuinely.
Yeah,
like,
man. If I rock with you, I just rock with you.
I want to do the interview. You know what I mean? And we made it happen relatively quickly. UrbanCon was just like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we need to uplift from within as well. Then that speaks
Oh, yeah.
to,
Thank
you
you,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
Thank you.
For real. So
Thank you.
anybody that this man reaches out to, y'all got no excuse, man. He's gonna pull up on you. It's legit. I'm looking at it right now. Lighting,
Yeah, we got
sound,
lighting, we got everything,
Bro,
dog. We came and set this motherfucker
you
up.
literally could want for nothing else. So like, let's do that, man. Let's make a Baker's Dozen Media. Let's make that the biggest fucking
Man,
platform.
thank you,
over the
Haz,
next
dog. I
13
appreciate
months,
the
homie.
fuck out of
Absolutely,
that, man.
dog. Baker's Dozen
appreciate
Media.
that, man.
We ain't stopping. And I better be there. I want to be part of it. We're gonna throw a party. When you get to 100,000 subscribers and they give you that silver plaque or whatever, that platinum plaque, whatever the hell that is for the 100,000 subscribers, bro. We gonna get you there, and I want to be a part of that party.
Man, thank you, dog. I appreciate that
for
shit.
real, man.
And
We
I'll
were
tell you
17
what, dog,
and a half.
I'm not one of those kind of people that we have met. Not only we met a couple of, like, you know, like we're chilling and we just barely went live right now, but I've been here for a while.
Yeah, we've been
We're
chopping up for a
chilling,
couple
dog.
hours. Yeah.
Hey, I don't care if you're in the fucking middle of Arizona. If you ever call me like, hey, dog, can you help me get home? I'm one of those people that will help you get home.
And I appreciate you, doggy. Thank you. I definitely sense that from you. In all seriousness, guys, we got 83,000 subscribers to get this man his plaque. We should get that done.
Hell yeah,
like
man.
yesterday.
Gracias.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
Like
you.
yesterday,
Hell
homie.
yeah.
For real, man. Baker's Dozen Media. Y'all got to hit that subscribe
yeah,
button
man.
one time.
Hey, man, thank you guys for tapping in. I appreciate you guys. I got to get Hazerd back. He got to get to his wife, man. So thank you guys for tapping in. I appreciate you guys. You see, I'm trying to go live a little bit more. I'm trying to do it. I was like not tapped in with you guys for a long ass time, and that's my fault. Now we're mobile. I'm going to be trying to get to other people so they don't have to get to me. And hopefully it goes good, man. You guys have yourself a good one. Thank you for tapping in with us the night before Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody out there.
Yeah, lot to be thankful for.
Much love.